Good morning, guys. I'm just going to do a quick reading. I just did a little vlog, but I thought I would do this straight in with the reading and make it quicker. So I refer you to my vlogs for all about what's going on with the purge and an update on me and the personal stuff. But let's just ask. So I've got my favourite cards here. Or one of my favourites, so all of it, my favourites, the Angels and Ancestors cards. And I thought I would just pull a few cards for today in the old way that we used to do after class, and ask, what do we need to know for today, the 4th of June, in love and light in the highest, for myself and those that will be hearing this energetical container. What do we need to know? Half-size desk because I've got all the boxes here that haven't been a priority at the moment. So, what do we need to know? Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved. Open your heart. Surround yourself with heart-centered energy. Protection Guardian, drop the shields. If you feel you need to be protected, that's when you're going to need to be protective. When you know that you're in your power, then there is no need for protection. So we drop the shields, the barriers that we're holding, and allow ourselves to be open, opening up the feathers like a peacock, allowing our light to shine through. Again, it's opening heart, let love in, and move in a new direction. This is the traveller. So this can also be about taking new steps to go to new places and being in a different energy. And I spoke in Meditation Monday yesterday about location as well as objects and stuff. If you've done the meditation, it's able to hold on to the crystal, the food, the supplement, but also to feel your consciousness to go to a location and to take on the territory and the feeling of the territory. You can be the traveller, the star traveller, going within. So, for example, the sarcophagus in the King's Chamber in the pyramid, the priest would lay within that and they would astro travel from that, because it is a portal in a way to other dimensions, other realms, because it focuses the energy. But there are other places in the world that do the same thing, being in those places. So if you want to take your energy right into you can take that consciousness there, and your consciousness would go, your body won't, but your consciousness will. But by doing so, your cellular memory will draw that to you and around you. And I feel that this is something that's happening at the moment. Supposedly the Palladian energy is meant to be coming through, and yesterday the star beings were very present as to like very elf-like energy, and I felt the energy of the UK, its connection with Atlantis, its connection more ancient than Atlantis and Mu, going back more into Tara, and pre-Earth forming more on energetical realm levels as the matter was becoming the planet that we know now. That those energies are outside of time and space. Water Guardian, connection with your emotions. This is also about the information in the water. I'm hearing Venda Austin. Everyone's talking about now the science of water and the information and how the intelligence of water within our body and within our soul is a big part of that. Water didn't exist on this planet. It's the alien entity, if you like. It came via asteroids to our planet. So it in itself is a star being. It is quite magical as well in how that has shifted. So that element, when we talk about So I'm going beyond when we talk about drawing in the elements and stuff, because the elements haven't always been here. If you go back past that through and beyond time concepts that we've maybe feeling comfortable with, more into the galactic histories, waters has this beautiful magical quality to it. Connecting with that of our emotions and the way they flow, having that kind of sense of shifting through them, and how we can work through that on a physical level. And this is what I'm saying to do now. So as I've said in class before, you move from side to side if you're feeling like you've got any trapped emotions. If you're feeling anxiety, you want to shake that out. You want to feel let loose and shaking. If you're feeling like you're triggered, another thing you can do is lay down with your hands like this. Lay on the floor and feel the grounding. Because when you lay horizontal, you're connecting very much with the presence of the earth. When we sit upright, then we connect with the galactic and that grounding that to the earth. So those are 2 or 3 things you can do when you're maybe suffering from anxiety, when you're feeling very emotional, when you're feeling triggered, and in anger. So is another, that's connected with the spleen. The lungs, and the we said about only half, but at the moment we're in a sound for, again, releasing emotions. Anger and grief is sort of connected with the lungs. Although everyone keeps thinking my lungs are actually clear. It's all, for me, it's all sinus issues with this virus has been here. And the message download that came through for me for the healing was this is connected to where the right and left brain hemispheres are merging, and we're opening up this part of the brain for hemisphere for the white matter in our brain is changing. So that way we are starting to use more of our brain. All of this stuff is going on. So there's a congestion here, a clearing for clarity with this. And as that is I link my body as a guardian to the consciousness of the earth. So as it goes through stuff, then I go through and feel it physically. So I've mentioned this before, that I'll have violent things happening when there's eruptions going on. I'll have eruptions happening in my body, etc. So this is very much about how perception of what we're seeing, how we're being, and it seems to be taking longer to heal. People are calling this the 90-day cough. Cough is wanting to get stuff off our chest, and people are angry. There's this anger and repression of not feeling heard. Now, it was beautiful. I mean, I was still channeling yesterday, so I don't feel repressed myself. So I was like, why? And they were like, because you've linked yourself to earth as a healer, you're taking on some of the collective energies and purging it through your body as a process of understanding. And this is kind of like, this is linked with the Christic path. So it's not everybody's path. But if you think about Christ, and when we talk about how he suffered for humanity, he took on everybody's, just one person. Now it's collectively we're doing that as a group. So it's not one person, one guru, or me. No, I'm not special by any means. All of the light workers are saying, right, we're going to come together, we're going to help shift this collective energy. And we're doing it in different ways. Energetically, I've done a lot of clearing. Now there's the physical aspects of that. And as part of that, we go through these steps of process of our own amalgamation, of our own shifts of things in our field. But also we do that as above, so below. It's this like mirroring thing happening. We do it and it clears. So the more people that do it, the more it clears outwardly, because we create our reality externally from internally. So the internal changings and shiftings we will see happening to process through them. And there is a lot of not seeing clearly. So this is all connected with the third eye. So this is why if there's a blockage in the third eye, that's when you get an empath actually. So someone that's quite empathic actually has a bit of a block here, because they are very susceptible to people's emotions around them. And like when I first heard that, I was like, I've not got a block. I've had my my third eye has been very, very clear. And I'm not sure I understand that. That seems a little backwards for me, as someone that remembers when my uncle was crashing in hospital, crashing at home, and going through what he was going through, mirroring what he was feeling in a different place and location. But I was on the floor, but I was feeling it and feeling the connection, so that I could then give a message that he'd reached out to give to his daughter later. But I'd opened myself up for that. But when you have perfect balance, you don't allow that. So this is a path chosen, this linkage, deliberate, to help shift. It doesn't have to be something people choose. It doesn't have to be essential. It's not essential. Clearing our own stuff is. So I know that while I'm working on the physical clearing, I can link it to help. That's why I've done that personally. It's not for everybody. I have to quicken this up because I've got a meeting at 9:50. So what else does this say? So open the heart, drop your shields, moving in a new direction, connecting with our emotions, allowing our emotions to come through, allowing ourselves to be moved by things that we don't like in the world at the moment, rather than steering away from it and bypassing it. Full moon, take notes of intuition. Surround yourself with protection when it's needed. And by doing so you want to drop the shields, yet you want to surround yourself with protection. That's a contradiction. You want to drop these shields and understand that you are surrounded by protection. That when you stand in your power, you naturally have a shield from it. It bounces off of you. Track down your fears and desires, because they are linked. So what we fear the most is generally what we desire the most. Then if you look at what you're afraid of, you know what it is you want to move towards. You know where you're desiring something, where it's important to you. That's why it feels so. It's the double-edged sword. Ignite the passions through your emotions, through your desires. Once you are aware of the fears, you are naturally protected when you're in your state of joy and your state of being. And you're able to move into your quantum other selves and travel to the other yous, multiverse aspects of yourself, multi-dimensional aspects of you, and become and take on those traits in this now moment. I'll be open to any healing information. Obviously, I've got that coming at me left, right, and centre. Feel my wheezing. You are not alone. You are surrounded by your team, by your angels, by your guardians. be devoted and committed and embracing the peace. Those moments like now, when I know when I switch this off, I would stop for a moment. I can hear the birds outside. The fact that there's no sound through this ear makes me more internal, makes me more, rather than relying on hearing, I'm interpreting frequency, which is what sound is, but it's coming through more telepathically. You're reading people's energy rather than the words they say, because the words people say aren't always what they mean and what their energy is portraying. Discern through their energy rather than their words. Do this with politicians, people around you. I hope that I've been able to demonstrate to you that I can still show up, that I am going through a healing process, but I'm also very much taking time out. I've not been doing our classes for others, as much as that would be for me as well. I've listened to the guidance that I've had to take time for the healing, take time to go through these upgrades, these downloads, to process the information, to work through the purging, and be devoted and committed to this path, to travel within, to allow what emotions need to be released, what passions are being fired up, make notes of them, because there'd be too much to do all at once. And knowing that I'm certainly not alone, I feel surrounded by my team, open to healing information. And I think it's more about me being able to demonstrate the healing. When I do the Reiki, you can see it calm. I haven't done it today, so I'm more coughing more. So I'm going to leave it at that, so I can go to my meeting and do my healing before and jump in the shower quickly and connect with the water. So love and blessings for you guys. And I'll take a quick snapshot of this before. And I know that you are all, few people have said they've missed the classes. Don't worry, my absence. I hope that the videos that I've uploaded onto YouTube have been helpful. There is a huge backlog of videos that you can repeat, especially the daily routines and things, so that are relevant. And if you're new to the classes, then I direct you to those playlists. Obviously, my members, they pay, they donate, and that energy exchange is a blessing. Whatever you feel you can give for the classes is deeply appreciated and received with love and appreciation. When if you're someone that can't afford £4 a week, £4 a month, sorry, then you can still become a member on the for free and follow the stuff. You have to wait a while and get the older, it's a bit older, it's not up to date, but that's an option for people that are unable to afford the £5 a month. I think it's £5 a month. I don't get all of that £5, it goes towards Patreon, but so I get £4. But whatever you can give, and if you can sign up to be a full member and support me with the £40 a month, then even better. But it's not about money. I mention it because that's one of my processes of allowing to myself to receive love, to receive the love donations, to receive those blessings, and being open and receptive to them. So it's part of my healing journey to do so. So thank you for your time. Love and blessings in your now moment. Links in the bio. And if you're watching the recording of this on YouTube, think about joining the Patreon. whether free, whatever option is right for you, or over on Telegram, where I put like these readings and things, or on any of the other channels. Instagram, there's lives as well. I try and do different stuff on the different channels, so it's not all the same thing. But thank you for your time.